From a spider that'll give you arachnophobia to a certified man-eater, here are 10 abnormally large animals. With all that said and done, let's begin, shall we? Number 10. The Goliath bird-eater. Hold that thought, I'm gonna be right back. Ah! Okay, I'm back. So yeah, that's a big friggin' spider. Need I say more? Well, for my quota's sake, yes, I must. The Goliath bird-eater is certainly a scary sight to see, since generally spiders are much smaller than this. Heck, most of them are lucky to be as big as the tip of your finger. This one, though, is bigger than your entire hand. This giant spider dwells primarily in the Amazon jungles and belongs to the tarantula family. These big and very bad boys can grow up to be about 12 inches long from leg tip to leg tip, and can weigh a rather terrifying 6.2 ounces. Okay, yeah, terrifying for a spider at least. Now, I know this guy's name is friggin' horrifying for anyone, no matter if you have context or not, but let me explain its diet. Goliaths generally feed on arthropods, worms, and a multitude of amphibians. While they do have the bird-eater in their name, it's actually quite rare for them to go after birds, both for dietary reasons and opportunity. Still though, freaking terrifying. Number 9. The African giant snail. This behemoth among mollusks can grow as long as 8 inches and cover your hand better than the spider. Despite the name though, it's actually found in quite a few locations outside of Africa, and it's considered a pest despite its massive size. The reason for this is their big appetite, attacking crops and also reproducing at a rapid rate. While they may be considered a pest, you can't argue that they're still impressive, if not a little gross to look at though. Number 8. The Chinese giant salamander. When we think of salamanders, we often think of tiny little lizards, scampering about on the ground and eating bugs. Or we think of Charmander. More than likely Charmander. And to be fair, this big guy looks a lot like his Pokemon counterpart, both in color and size. This is the Chinese giant salamander, a giant lizard known for being about 66 pounds on the reg and growing to an impressive 3.8 feet in length. This guy is the biggest salamander in the world, and while he certainly isn't the biggest lizard in the world, he's certainly up there. Chinese salamanders generally feed on insects, worms, millipedes, and smaller amphibians like frogs and also other salamanders. They also have interesting vocalizations, which include the standard hissing, but they can also make bark-like noises and cry. It's actually been said that these noises can actually sound similar to human children, making this one a little unnerving, especially if you're the cleaner who's alone at night. Number 7. Hercules, the giant liger. Moving on now to a less widespread species and more of a single individual, meet Hercules, the liger. Ligers are a modern-day chimera, a meeting of two similar yet different species, in this case the lion and the tiger. Hercules is the result of a male lion and a female tiger, and this result is one big kitty. Hercules was bred in captivity, and as of this writing measures 11 feet tall on his hind legs and weighs a very heavy 922 pounds. He's a very sociable guy, loving the interactions he has with his trainers and what other animals he does interact with. You won't find ligers in the wild as they're bred exclusively in human captivity. They have a sister species though called the tigon, however ligers are the larger of the two by a very large margin. Number 6. Blossom, the world's tallest cow. Dear Lord, that's a lot of steak right there. What you're looking at right now is the largest cow, and she is named Blossom. Blossom is a Guinness World Record holder for being the tallest cow, which to my knowledge has not been broken just yet. While a regular Holstein cow weighs 1,500 on average, Blossom weighs 2,000 and stands at a tall 6'4". She certainly was impressive and was also a local celebrity of sorts, being the greeter for her owner's farm, Patty Hansen. Patty decided to keep Blossom as a pet, even after finding that Blossom would be unable to give birth, and never sent her to the slaughterhouse. Number 5. Largest rabbit, Darius. We love bunnies because they're just so tiny and cute and oh so fuzzy-wuzzy. But would you still think they're cute if they were the size of a dog? Answer? Oh heck yes. This is Darius, the world record holder for the largest rabbit, and it's easy to see why. Darius grew up to be an astonishing 50 pounds and an impressive length of 4 feet 4 inches tall. Like I said, that makes him bigger than some dog breeds out there. His owner adores him, and she must, since he and his good-sized son Jeff go through 700 apples and over 2,000 carrots on top of his regular feed. This makes it for a yearly bill of nearly $7,000. Number 4. Biggest house cat, Ludo. This right here, this is Ludo, the world's largest house cat. Sure, tigers and lions are bigger than this guy, but by regular house cat standards, dude's a friggin' giant. He is a Maine Coon, which naturally is quite a large breed on its own, but Ludo is special. When he was less than 2 years old, he weighed 24 pounds and measured in at 45 inches. Despite his absolutely big size, he's a gentle giant. This makes him content with his family and home life, and of course just being one lazy cat who probably hates Mondays. Number 3. Big Bill, the world's largest pig. Dear Lord, that's a lot of bacon. And this bacon does have a first name, and that is Big Bill. Big Bill is the largest pig on record, weighing a hefty 2,552 pounds at the time of his death. On top of his hefty weight, he stood at 5 foot 5 feet tall with an impressive length of 9 feet. Owning a few awards already, it's not surprising to see he was awarded a Guinness World Record as well, and as of this writing, no other pig has even come close to dethroning old Bill. Closest one was a pig who weighed about 1,984 pounds. Close, but no banana. Bill passed away in 2009 due to health problems, and at the time he was unable to move due to that massive girth. Now it's time for today's best pick. Today's best pick is a bovine-like blossom, but this picture raises a few questions, in that who photoshopped this? Human size is certainly exaggerated and the color is really off. So yeah, this picture in particular is fake, but you know what ain't? Our number 2 spot, who is number 2? Marshall. One big friggin' bull. Title says it all. This is Marshall, who was one big friggin' bull. A native of Great Britain, he was named the biggest bull in the good old UK. Marshall stands as tall as 6'5" and weighs an even 3,200 pounds. This makes him about twice as big as a normal bovine from his flock. Much like Blossom though, Marshall was safe from the slaughterhouse and has been kept as both an attraction for his family as well as a pet for their daughter, who's formed a very special bond with the big old lug. Heck, he's such a big lug that even his owner, Gary Bowden, said, if Marshall was a human, he would be 8 foot tall and have 30 stones of muscle. And you know, honestly, just looking at him, yeah, I can believe that. Before we move on, do me a favor. My analytics show that only about 15% of you watching are actually subscribed. Come on guys, what's up with that? Can you guys please hit the subscribe button? You guys watch my videos every day anyway, so you might as well subscribe and keep up to date with every video we put out. Number 1. Gustave the crocodile. Tell me, you ever heard of terror? I don't mean your little terrors like your monsters under the bed. I mean true, unrelenting terror. A monster that would look into your eyes, unblinking, knowing it could devour you without any true effort, or even any care. A monster that goes by the name of Gustave. Well, yeah, actually. This monstrosity of a croc is Gustave, a, theorized to be, 6-meter-long croc weighing several thousand pounds. I say theorized because this is really our only individual who isn't in captivity, or there's several of, really. Gustave is a wild croc, and the only people who have really gotten close to this guy are people who were pretty far away from him, or people who ended up being his lunch. Gustave is notable for 2 reasons, that being his very large size and also his kill count. Gustave is a notorious man-eater, having said to have devoured over 100 humans and still counting. While efforts have been taken to try and capture or kill the beast, nothing has been successful. In fact, a lot of these efforts have ended in the death of the hunters, as Gustave turned them into the hunted. Gustave has some defining characteristics other than his size though, that being 3 bullet wounds over his body as well as numerous scars from his conflict with hunters. A documentary crew actually attempted to capture the big guy but were unsuccessful, and he also even has a movie dedicated to him called Primeval. Don't watch it. It's pretty crap, I'm not gonna lie. With that though, that is our video for today folks. I do hope you enjoyed it. Which of these big animals did you like the most, and do you know of any other individuals or big species? Well, let us know in the comment section down below. And with all that said and done, I'll see you all next time. Later everybody.